My name is Mara Ellison and I was 33 the Thanksgiving my mother told my 6-year-old he could sleep on the floor. My sister stood in the doorway smiling. You should have booked a hotel, she said. I held my 3-year-old on one hip, watched my daughter kneel on the hardwood and said nothing. Right days later, my mother called a number she did not know and learned what I had done. By then she had already dialed me 98 times. I did not answer once. I worked nights in the emergency department in Richmond, Virginia. My daughter Ellie has her father's pale hair and my refusal to bend. My son Noah is 3 and cries every morning when I leave him at daycare. I kiss him, hand him over, and walk into a hospital where people are bleeding because that is what I do. I keep moving. My ex-husband Caleb left 4 years ago after I found his messages and packed his bags before he came home. He took his truck and his girlfriend and vanished. I kept the apartment, the second-hand furniture, and the refrigerator covered in my daughter's drawings. Everything in my home was earned after he was gone. The week before Thanksgiving, I loaded the car before dawn, snacks, blankets, car seats, and a casserole because you do not arrive empty-handed. Ellie sat in the back with a library book. Noah slept before we hit the interstate. For hours north, Ellie asked, "Does Grandma like us?" Mother's house sits outside Bridgewater on land my father loved. White siding, green shutters, a porch he built with his own hands. He died 4 years ago at the kitchen table. The house smelled like brown sugar and clove. Nobody greeted us at the door. At dinner, Ellie and Noah got plastic plates. June's boys got the good china. I cut my son's ham into tiny pieces and kept my face still. That night she showed me the sleeping bags. My children were already drowsy when I asked where we would sleep. Your sister's family gets the guest room. You can use the floor. June laughed. I unrolled one bag, laid Noah down, and lay between my children under a ceiling crack. Later in the kitchen I asked my mother why my children were on the floor. She dried her hands. That is just how it is. June is here. You are away. The words landed like a verdict and I stopped arguing. What she did not know was that I had spent 3 months planning her 65th birthday. I booked the inn, the caterer, the cake, the flowers, the photographer, the chairs, and my father's favorite songs. After Thanksgiving, I sat at my kitchen table and called every vendor. One by one. I canceled everything. The deposits were gone. I let them go. By then she had already called me 98 times. I never answered. When my mother finally came to my apartment, she saw the contract spread across my coffee table. I told her, "You threw sleeping bags at my children. I'm done funding people who treat us like furniture." June stared at the carpet. I said no to the birthday. No to the old rules. A week later, June sent coats for Ellie and Noah. My mother called. She asked if I would teach her to make cinnamon rolls for all 4 grandchildren. I am still learning what to do with that. But I know this much. No one in my house will ever sleep on the floor. And